Good morning, students. This is the third slide on communication. In my previous two slides, I have described what is communication, what is the diagram of communication, basic diagram, and what is formal communication and informal communication. In this slide, I will discuss non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication is a very important aspect of communication. Researchers are now saying that 70% of message is transmitted if we use non-verbal communication successfully. So, it is very important to mix non-verbal communication along with verbal communication to transmit the message successfully or effectively. So, non-verbal communication is the transmission of message or signals through a non-verbal platform such as eye contact, facial expressions, gestures, postures, and the distance between two individuals. Non-verbal communication is very effective to build up consensus, to influence someone, to change someone's mind, and to reinforce any thought or concept. Okay, there are several parts which will come under non-verbal communication. The first one is kinesics. Kinesics is an English term which is originated from a Latin word kinesis. Kinesis means body movements. Now, kinesics is the name given to study your body's physical movement. Kinesics is considered to be an intelligent way of communication. Normally, different facial expressions, body movements, our gestures, our postures will come under kinesics. There are three parts within kinesics. The first one is adapters. Whenever the human beings, we face different uncertain situations, normally we feel tension or anxiety or stress. Whenever our body feels some stress or anxiety, there is a automatically build up energy within our body which is expressed, or this extra amount of energy is released by our body through some unnecessary body movements. These unnecessary body movements can express our state of mind at that moment. Like if you face stress or anxiety, or if you face tension, then automatically you will exhibit some typical body movements. Probably unconsciously you are not aware that you are behaving, you are using your body limbs in this way, but unintentionally you are doing so, and by seeing these body movements, the audience can easily understand you were feeling tension or you are feeling anxiety or stress. So these particular body movements are called adapters. Like whenever you feel saddened or you hear any sad information, pathetic information, automatically tears may flow from your eyes. You cannot control these tears. Whenever you are happy, then uh, your heart rate may go up, or you may feel excited, you can jump. So these are the very common body movements or body gestures we show. These are called the adapters. Whenever you feel frightened, your heartbeat can go high, your heartbeat may rise, so your pulse rate may rise. So these are the uh, like unconditional body symptoms which your body may show, and these are called the adapters. Then comes the emblem. emblem means different types of symbols that represent different meaning. Like the symbol of thumbs up, we raise our thumb and fold all the fingers, rest of the fingers, to show any, like, yes, I have done it, or yes, I have understood, to show our consensus on a matter. So this is called the thumbs up finger, thumbs up sign. Sometimes we show victory, sign of victory, like V, our index finger and our middle finger. We raise our index and middle finger with a 45-degree angle, and we fold rest of the fingers so that it looks like a V shape. And by showing this V signal, which V means victory, we normally acknowledge our victory over something. This V signal is very much popular in Indian context, and it is widely used in India, but this V signal may not be widely used in other countries. This signal may change on the basis of changing country or changing boundary. So this is absolutely culture specific, religion specific, and country specific symbols. Like in as per the American Sign Language Society in Britain, this V sign is prohibited because in ancient past, the famous workers, the brave warriors, they, when they fight for their country and they were captured by the enemy parties, then they are brought to the enemy part or enemy country, and their uh, index finger and middle fingers are cut down. This was a heinous punishment which was given to the warriors, brave warriors, and it was much uh, uh, like very, insulting for a warrior, because he is alive, but in spite of being alive, he may not fight in his life or fought a war in his life, as his uh, index finger and middle finger is cut down by the enemy parties. So this V signal is prohibited in Britain. So these particular symbols are very country and culture specific. This is called the emblem. And lastly is the illustrator. Illustrator means we whenever we speak orally, we describe something very beautiful or very ugly, or something very urgent or important or very big, like, and we use our hands movement to reinforce the size of a thing, or the taste of something, or the beauty of something. We use our hand movements. So in this process, we are using our oral communication and at the same time our hand movements to reinforce something. This is called the illustrator. So kinesics is basically the body movements, the facial expressions and gestures regarded as a form of non-verbal communication. Kinesics is the study of the way in which certain body movements and gestures serve as a form of non-verbal communication. Then comes haptics. Haptics is a touch. It is a connection which is created by touching someone. Haptics is a term which is derived from a Greek word, haptikos, and the meaning of haptikos is able to come into contact with someone. Touch is at the core of personal experience, and touch is very effective to express our feeling, to express our emotion, and by expressing our feeling and emotion we can communicate a lot. Like, uh, I will explain two situation. Like, suppose you have achieved uh, the best employee award in your office, and uh, uh, you have come with this trophy to your home, and you are handing this trophy to your wife. Your wife has taken the trophy from your hand and is staring with you with open eyes, and his eyes are full of praise. Through this touch, whenever you are handing this gift to your wife, the subtle touch on your hand will uh, express a lot of thing. So haptics means simply touching someone we can communicate a lot of information. Haptics can do wonder. We can console someone by touching his shoulder. We can pat on the back of someone, and by patting the back we can say, well done, I am proud of you, by touching uh, someone's hand. So these are all the techniques which are called haptics, through which by touching someone we can convey our message. Then proxemics. Proxemics tells us the um, information related to distance. When the speaker is speaking and the receiver is standing, it depends on the relationship between the speaker and the receiver, how far the speaker will come or how far the receiver will come. And this sense of distance is called proxemics. Okay, there are four zones which can be created depending on the distance and relationship concept. One is the intimate zone. Intimate zone is normally within the 1 feet of the speaker or communicator. Normally, the person who are very close to the speaker are allowed to come into this intimate zone, like the husband of the speaker, like the baby or children of the speaker, like the lover of the speaker. They may come and enter in intimate zone. Now, after intimate zone comes the personal zone. Personal zone normally belongs to 1 to 4 feet of distance from the speaker. This is called the private area. I mean, the persons who are very close to the speaker, like the family members, very close friends, are allowed to come and enter this personal area, this personal space. Then comes the social space. The social space normally exists between 4 to 12 feet of distance from the speaker. In the social zone, normally the colleagues are entertained to come and speak. And lastly comes the public zone. In the public zone, it normally exists between the 12 to 25 feet of distance from the speaker. Normally, when the public speakers gives speech in front of the audience, normally the distance between the speaker and the audience is between 12 to 25 feet. So proximity is very important. How far I can go, how far I can approach to the speaker, how far I can reach to the speaker to communicate my point of view, to speak something. This distance will control indirectly my communication. So proxemics is very important. The sense of distance is really important to help the communication process being successful. Then artifact. Artifacts refers to the accessories which a communicator carries with him or her, and it shows about the personality of the communicator. Some of the artifacts are like watches, perfumes, mobile phones, jewelry, shoes, etc. So it is very important to observe the dress sense of the speaker or dress sense of the receiver, and by seeing this dress sense or attire we can definitely form an idea about the speaker or the person with whom we are communicating, that means the receiver. It is really important. So artifacts expresses a lot of information, a great deal of information about the person. Then comes the chronemics. Chronemics is related to time. It is really important to have a sense of time when we are saying something, at what moment we are saying something, or is it the right time to say something. This particular concept is really important and it is called chronemics. The time factor is one of the most important factor in communication process. Okay, so this is basically the non-verbal parts of communication. So non-verbal part is basically the body movements, the facial expressions, the jewelry or the dressing sense, our hand or body movements, our gestures, our sense of time. All these factors coherently work together uh, with the verbal or vocal communication or oral communication to make the communication process successful. All these terms are really important and short notes may come from this part, particularly proxemics and kinesics are really two important topics, and question may come in your semester examination from this two part like kinesics and proxemics, or the non-verbal part of communication as a whole. So listen to this video very carefully, and uh, if you have any doubt, then you can ask me in the class. We will discuss the um, rest part of communication in the next slides. Until then, bye.